Hi everyone. Today we'll be taking a vector image from the internet and turning it into a sheet of print and cut stickers. Want to find out how? Stick around. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Susan with Blue Vinyl Stickers, and today we are going to copy an image and get it into our software. 1, 2, 3, the easy way. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to search for an image, and a lot of images on the internet are copyrighted, so we want to make sure that the image that we get is copyright free to be able to do this. So I'm going to just simply type in snowflake, and the snowflake vector art free. I've already typed that in once, and I am going to scroll down to the images. Go ahead and click on the link for the images. And I see a whole bunch of very, very pretty snowflakes. But I want to go to the Click Art Library because I know their images are free and they are copyright free. So instead of going all of the way to their site and looking for it, right mouse click, copy image, bring over your software, and paste it. And there you go. There is your image. Now, it is just an image file. You can't do anything with it other than possibly print it out for a print and cut. But I want to turn this into a studio file so I can do other things with it. So I have opened my trace window, and to get to your trace window, you click on the little icon over here that looks like a piece of bread, and you say select trace area. Highlight it, and it pops it up, and we say trace. Now leave all your settings here. They're just fine. Say trace, and there is our image. And we can go ahead and highlight that and delete it. We don't need it anymore. And the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to right mouse click on this and say release the compound path. And as you notice, I've got a little dot down here in the corner. I need to get rid of this. But you'll also notice when I highlight this and I come over here to edit points, I've got all these points. So you're thinking to yourself, I can't go in there and delete all those. And you can't cut it. Well, you can cut it like this, but it will cut really super slow because everywhere one of those dots is where your blade will stop. So think about edit points as a stop for your blade. So it goes doot, doot, doot. So your blade, when it cuts on this one, will sound very jittery. And it may give you a very very jagged edge when you cut. So let me zoom into this real quick and I'll show you. Let me see if I can get, okay. You don't see it when it is far away, but when you zoom in, you see all these lines. This is not a straight line. You want a straight line. So if you click on it, click on Edit Points, and then come up here to the little line that has an S on it. This will simplify your line. Now watch what happens. Click. And you've got a almost straight line. So we come in here and you see the reason it's not straight is because the handles are pulled up a little bit. So very simply, right mouse click, pull it up again, right mouse click and delete. And now we have a straight line. So let me do that for you again. Again, we have that, right mouse click, and we're going to delete. And scroll up. And here's several of them. Now remember in previous videos I said whichever way the red line is going, it goes to the next point. So we're going to delete here. You see it pops to the next one. And we're going to delete here. And we're going to delete here. And we're going to delete this one as well. So now we have a nice straight line. Here is the top. delete this point. And you see how this is all curved. We're going to delete this point and it makes it nice and straight. Okay, so that's our center. So now we're going to highlight everything and we're going to do the same procedure and we're going to say simplify. And there we go. Now, if you want to go into each one of these lines and straighten out each one of these lines, I highly recommend it. Just a little bit of editing. Okay, so we have a couple on a line. So we're just going to go ahead and highlight it. And you can actually just hit your delete key. So click on it, hit delete. Click on it, hit delete. Okay, and it's nice and straight. Do the same thing again. And you see I deleted the wrong one. So just hit your back arrow. And you see how this is comes out a little bit? Just take it and just drag it back in, or right mouse click and say make flat. Okay, there's a little bit of a handle sticking there. Make flat. And it'll make the next line flat. And make flat. And make flat. You see it takes that handle out of there. Makes everything nice and smooth. Now in here, remember, we've got these curves. And we're going to make flat. And you can do this all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I am going to speed up the video so you can see me doing this in real time. But I'm going to go ahead and speed up this video, and I'll meet you back at the other end. All right, and there is our finished snowflake with all of the points edited and everything is straight. You can double check things and make sure that, see, like I've lost that one there. I didn't get that one there, but I got the next one. So just go ahead and see, it doesn't look like it makes a big difference when it is in a smaller form, but it really will. Okay, so there is our design. I'm going to right mouse click and say make a compound path. And I'm going to color it in just because I want to see what will cut and what won't cut. This we are actually going to make into a sticker. And we're going to make several of them on a sticker sheet. So as I've gone over before, we're going to go ahead and make a an offset around the outside. So we have a sticker outline. And when we do a sticker outline, we can do a couple of things. So watch this. We've got an offset. And I want to make the offset a little bit bigger because I don't want these in here. So I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. Now we can make a sticker that has a little bit of cutouts in here, give it a little bit more dimension. That looks perfect to me, but I don't want the insides here. So I'm going to take the design here, right mouse click and release the compound path. Whenever you do an offset, it does make a compound path. I'm going to drag these out here, highlight this and delete this. Grab these both and stick them back over here on my work surface. And I'm going to center them both to the page, and there we have it. Now, if I was to do a compound path on this one, the inside would turn light and the outside would turn dark. So here we go. Okay, and that's not the look I want because I want to print these. So I am going to back up and back up. Remember, back up is our friend. And I also don't want these little here. I want these straight. So again, I'm going to use the point edit tool and zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to just get rid of them. Flat. I'm going to take everything, put it back together, and there it goes, centers it on itself. Now I am going to group this, but before I do that, hang on. If I look at this snowflake itself, the whole snowflake is red. The outside is red. If all I want to do is just print this, if I send this to the machine to cut it, it will cut everything that's red. So if that ever happens to you and it all cuts and you don't know why, this is why. So we're going to take the inside, ungroup it, take the inside, and we're going to take this and we're going to make it a different color. We're going to make it blue. Okay, and we're going to stick it back together here. Now, this does not have to be colored in to cut. I'm going to color it in just so you can see. But it can be colored in, it can be just a line. All the machine cares about is just that line. The coloring is just for you. So I'm going to highlight, right mouse click, and say group. And I am going to come up here to my registration marks, and I am going to make them type 1. And I'm going to come over here to my paper, and I am going to select current printer. And I'm going to select portrait because that's the way the paper goes through my machine. Come back over here to the settings. I'm going to make the lines as thick as possible and make the insets as far out as possible. And then I am just going to replicate my snowflake a couple of times. Okay, so now I've got 6 of them here, and each one of them is an individual because I want different sizes. So we're going to make this one this size, and make sure they all stay inside this line. Okay, this is your, if I was to put an imaginary line, this, take it back, this is the line you cannot cross. Here and here. Okay, now if you want to, and you don't need to do this, but you can draw those lines on there if you want to and then just delete them. Or you can come over here to the settings and you can say show print border, and that'll be this line right here. Or you can say show cut border, and you stay within those red lines. Okay, those red lines will not cut. Okay, you can put these as close together as you want or as far apart as you want. Okay, now these will print in blue. If you want them a different color, then just ungroup them and make them a different color. Just remember to group them back. Okay, so ungroup, make them a different color. Okay, so this is what will print when I send it over to my printer. This is what will print. And then when I come to cut, I'll say send. And I will choose line. Because if I choose simple, it will cut everything that is here. I'll choose line, unselect the blue. And now the only thing that will cut will be these red outlines. Okay, I hope that was helpful, how to get a design onto your computer quickly, how to clean it up with the editing points, and how to send it over for a print and cut. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye for now.